The New York Jets and New York Giants face off this Sunday, and I'm here to make my 5 bold predictions for the game. Let's do this. Well, welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Watu-K99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. So, quick reminder, if you're brand new, welcome aboard. Please like and subscribe. If you're returning, welcome back. Please like. I appreciate everybody's support. So, we always make our 5 bold predictions for each upcoming Jets game. But before we do that, we always go back and look at the last game at the 5 predictions we made for that game because we hold ourselves accountable on this channel. All right, so for Jets-Eagles, I predicted the Jets running backs would have 80 yards or less running, and I was correct. They had 56 total. I predicted the Jets offense would score single-digit points. They actually scored 20. I predicted Tyler Conklin would have 65 yards or more receiving. He had 24, but it wasn't for a lack of being open. It just seems the Jets aren't really targeting Conklin and the tight ends in general too much in this offense. I predicted Dallas Goedert of the Eagles would score 2 touchdowns. I felt the Jets would have a lot of trouble covering him. He had 5 catches for 42 yards, but no scores. I also predicted 5 field goals or more combined between Greg Zuerlein and Jake Elliott. This would have been correct. However, Jake Elliott missed that last field goal to the right, so there wound up being 4 field goals, but personally, I'm happy there were only 4 field goals in this game. So, Jets versus Giants. You know, this game's a little bit harder to make a bold prediction because it's kind of hard to see this game being anything other than sort of a defensive struggle. You know, a game where the defenses really control most of the game. We're expecting a whole lot of rain, so it's hard to see the game deviating from the expected script, but in the NFL, especially this season, it's really hard to predict one week to the next. But here I go with my 5 predictions. So with my first prediction, I'm going to predict at least 9 punts combined in this game. I expect this to be a defensive struggle. You're expecting rain for most of the day. I believe it's an 80% chance of rain in this game. Both offensive lines are not exactly playing all that great. And you really can't count on either quarterback to lead their team to a lot of points. So I think this game is primarily going to be played inside the 20-yard lines. So I'm expecting quite a few punts. So I'm going to say 9 punts combined. I'm also predicting one of the backup New York Jets on offense will score their first touchdown of the season. That might be Dalvin Cook, it might be Michael Carter, might be Jeremyruckert, might even be Randall Cobb. I do think the Jets are going to score at some point in the red zone, and I think this time they're going to get a little bit more creative with their personnel usage. So I could see some sort of a scenario like a 3rd down pass to Carter out of the backfield, or Jeremyruckert sneaking out from a blocking position in the backfield, and he finds himself open. But I think you're going to see some different people being used on those 3rd down opportunities. So I'm going to say some New York Jets scores their first touchdown of the season. I predict Breecehall will get over 125 yards from scrimmage. The Giants are giving up 137 yards per game on the ground. Okay, the Jets cannot have Zach Wilson throwing the ball 25 or 30 times in this game and being prone to those blitzes that are going to be dialed up by Wink Martindale, the Giants defensive coordinator who lives on the blitz. Last week against Washington, the Giants blitzed 65% of the time. All right, so the Jets do not want to put Zach Wilson in a position where he could get confused and make mistakes. So they're going to ride Breecehall hard in this game, and I think eventually he has a very good chance to break one, whether it's running the ball or catching a pass out of the backfield. I think he's going to have at least 1 or 2 really big plays, and I think he's going to get over 125 yards combined. I also predict there will be at least 8 sacks in this game combined. I told you both offensive lines are not that good at pass blocking. You've got numerous legitimate pass rushers on both teams here. Now, they do create havoc in very different ways. You know, the Jets more with their personnel, with their talent, with just pure talent. The Giants, it's a little bit more about the scheme, about the creativity. Sort of like that in that Rex Ryan mold. That's kind of what Wink Martindale does. But the Jets do generate pressure at a much better rate than the Giants do. So I do think the Jets will have the majority of the sacks, but I'm going to say at least 8 in this game. And finally, I've been putting this on Twitter every single day for about a week and a half, and I'm going to keep doing it until it stops. But I think the Jets will finally get their first roughing the passer call on offense since December of 2021. It has now been, as I'm recording this, 678 days. It'll be 679 on Sunday. The Giants are going to be sending a whole lot of blitzers, as I've said. I can see a little bit of over-aggressiveness, and the Jets finally get that elusive call. It's going to happen one day, okay? But the last time the Jets had a call go their way was December of 2021. I think they're going to get it. All right, now as far as a final score prediction, I think it's definitely going to be the under. I think the over-under is 36 points. I do believe it's going to be the under, but I'm going to predict the Jets to win this game by a final score of 20-13. So I say the Jets win their third straight game in a row and climb over the 500 mark as they take on the Chargers and Raiders coming up next. Well, those are my predictions for the game. I want to see yours. Put them right down there in the comments. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.